Hey everybody, welcome into chapter 2 of the council. We might have been framed for murder. So yeah, let's see how this pans out, team.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life
Mama?
on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds
The hell's happening right now?
have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Okay, I think that was literally a recap of the overall storyline. We met a lot of different characters in that. Cannot be equipped, cannot be equipped. What do we want? So let's look at our skills here. We've got level 1 in everything now? Okay, cool. We got level 1 in everything. I don't think that any of this will... Oh, I can equip 3 manuscripts? Huh. Okay. I don't think it matters because I don't think that we're going to be able to get anything as far as like points wise in this. What's the option? Questioning and vigilance. We'll take the 3 points there. And we'll just take 2 over here. And that'll be fine. We'll end up getting the rest of it pretty quick. Character, I don't have any points to necessarily give. Talents, I haven't necessarily been moving towards any of the talents. Use exactly 1 consumable of each type during a quest. Huh. Okay. I might end up... It might have been better for me to read all of those and start aiming towards things, but this is what we're gonna go with. Let's see how getting framed for murder is gonna work out for us. That's Lord Mortimer's office. Jesus.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I
Oh.
went across the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope
Lord Mortimer looks really...
to help us find your mother.
Looks decent.
But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night.
That is
I
true.
do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
Why do you think it's linked?
If there's a possible link to my mother, I hope you'll let
Also, I thought I was being arrested.
Early hours of the morning, Elizabeth Adams was found dead in her room, savagely mutilated with a knife. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
That's probably true.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Okay, so the issue is I can't... I'm not going to tell them that I found the Medusa, found his, like... Oh, wow, that's a beautiful painting. But, found all of his stuff. So we're gonna just go with... I was with the Duchess.
Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed Elizabeth to her room.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak
And I
about?
rejected that drink. She thought she'd seen my mother. I don't know if I trust Lord Mortimer right now, so I don't want to say that she might have seen my mother or where my mother might be, because I don't know if his intentions are good for my mother. Especially if my mother is in hiding
About
right
my
now.
mother. She had just found out that I was Sarah de Richet's son. Elizabeth wanted to tell me about the horrors my mother apparently inflicted on her.
Finding out that your own parents had always lied to you. Well, that must not have been an easy thing to hear. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. Already seemed drunk, and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference.
But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
What do you intend to do?
What do you intend to do?
That was really quick.
I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I
Okay.
count on you?
I mean, that's better than getting arrested.
How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Are there? I already know that I am the primary suspect. Any details?
Tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get
That's
over there and...
that's actually super smart.
Do you have any suspects in mind?
He's gonna say the same thing, right?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Okay, so Bonaparte and Washington left, but other than that, everyone is there's a lot of people who are suspects. Okay, cool.
Right.
Let's go.
I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting.
Okie dokers.
And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' room.
Oh boy!
They've all been notified and they agree.
We can search all the things. Also, why does he have like a 300 style pit of death in the middle of his office? Like, why? Why is this a thing? All right, let's. I'm gonna search around here because why not, right? If he's gonna let me search around, we're gonna just check out. Oh, hello. Full of Carmelite water. This was a really nice painting.
Painted by Fuseli in 1781.
All right, let's see. Anything? Oh God, if this is a tell me your findings.
I've come to speak about the findings
No!
of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Goodbye.
Be in touch as soon as I have any.
Yeah. Oops. Okay. Grab this. But my inventory is full. Piaggi is not a suspect, but we may as well talk to Piaggi for a little bit.
Your Eminence.
Hi.
I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's
typically with a
what I'm trying
knife.
to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around.
So he
near
thinks
this
it's
house.
Bonaparte?
But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked...
Big yikes.
But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis.
Anything
If
else?
I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember?
Yeah, Peru was
Adams.
pretty violent.
Don't worry.
Okay.
He's on the list of suspects.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the primary suspect for me, I think. Ooh, coin, right? Key with an occult water symbol. Huh.
Is purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
This should be a coin. Okay, good. I thought the first one was a coin, but I wonder where that key necessarily goes. Anything? Nope. Golden elixir. What?
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
ARSN. Okay, we're just gonna try and guess and check here for a sec. ZACE. ZACE. So I'm assuming that it's C, CE or CA. Let's actually change that. C, E, we'll say. CEEE. No. CASE? Case? It's at least something. Thoughts? Did I get it?
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Give it a try. Just double checking that there's nothing that stands out. I'll keep it in the back of my mind, but case was the only word that I could see. I'm sure we'll be back here because we have to tell him the results. All right, let's head downstairs. Oops, there you go. Let's head downstairs. We're gonna have to go through everyone's room here, which means a lot of exploring. All right, except for that room. Can't go through that room. Which way was actually Adam's room? I think Adam's room was this way. I think we want to start there. Oh, the music in this game, though. Hello, Johann von Wollner. Can't go to von Wollner's room. I thought we were able to go through everyone's room, but that's fine. You know, game tells me to go everywhere, and then they're like, nah, man, von Wollner, not a... Hello?
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
That's not suspicious at all. Insinuate that he looks dodgy. Speak about Elizabeth's death. Don't tell him anything for the time being. What is he doing in the corridor?
I'd have thought this is not really the shortest way to get to your suite.
Yes, I wasn't really looking where I was going. I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
All right, we might have to go to his room and figure out what the hell's going on here. But let's check out Emily's room. Too bad there's nope. Where's the dead person? Is it there? There we go. Found it. Oh, big yikes. Okay, yeah, she got advanced eviscerated. All right. The murder weapon. Got it. The blade, the handle, stand aside. We're gonna analyze.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
How many females do we... how many females do we even know? Journal. It could be Elizabeth. It could be Sarah. Emma Hillsborough. Or Emily Hillsborough. Both of them, the twins. Okay, so literally we're talking about... It's either Sudoku, it's Emma or Emily, or it's Sarah. Oh, okay, interesting. Let's take a look at the other options here. Let's take a look at the blade.
Thin, well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood, still fresh.
I wonder where the fresh blood comes from.
The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
Okay. So, female.
Knocked over bottle of wine.
That was likely what she was trying to serve. What she was trying to serve me. There we go.
Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting.
Oh, I got a debuff. I think we need to cleanse that
I don't
debuff.
know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Cures negative alterations, displays immunities, next skill use is free. There you go. We'll cure the immunity. Hey servant, how are you? Let's check out the body. Big yikes. Big yikes. Let's wait, examine the part that got stabbed.
Count no fewer than
9 wounds.
on the thorax with a lot of blood. At first sight, I
Really?
caused her death.
Huh? You don't say. Jesus, they want me to use a lot of points. I don't know how I feel about that. We're just gonna examine
Tattoos are veritable works of...
cheap things.
What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Examine the arm.
Marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion.
couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
So the old scars could be from childhood, but... Ooh. Hey! Difficulty 0, cost reduced by 3. Oh, we can do both of these. Perfect.
People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to release some kind of
Oh, the
by trying to
cutting marks.
Establish their self-control.
Self-inflicted. That's rough.
Scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life.
Let's examine the tattoos. Let's just observe.
Masons? What's that doing here?
Okay, Freemasons.
Sigillum de Ameth, tattooed on her. The symbol of the living God. Written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age. Unless her mother was a tutor. Ancient Greek. Let's see what it means. These are sacred chants intended to protect their bearer. But from whom? Or from what?
Okay, a lot of the tattoos are just kind of scary to me. I don't know. I don't understand the meanings of it.
Scarring. Ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
Okay. Analyze the arm, analyze the upper body. Let's take a look. Take a look at her head.
Sign of bruising on the skull? The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations.
Examine the blood coming out of her mouth. Ah, that's a gross picture. Jeez. A smell common at the court of the king. We'll use it. We'll use an extra effort point.
Certain courtiers use it to get drunk.
Oh, laudanum, yeah.
Fits of madness.
So the question is are they potentially saying that it's self-inflicted? There's no way that 9 stab wounds and you call this self-inflicted, but then the laudanum is saying that she just drank a whole bunch and then had a fit of madness. Let's examine her nose.
Blood from the nose.
Let's observe the bleed.
Bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
So I don't actually know medically what could have caused the this if there's no like head trauma or anything like that. I mean, maybe internal bleeding, but internal bleeding would have followed gravity and wouldn't have followed up the sinus. Let's examine the head.
Wounds, but
No, not the head, the hands.
Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
Oh, it's self-inflicted. Yeah, it is.
This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle.
We're using all of our effort points.
No marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Yeah, it was self-inflicted, I think. Examine the legs.
No trace of blows on the legs.
Look at the tattoos.
Similar to those on the rest of her body.
Let's give it a try. I wouldn't like this turn, but we'll give it a C.
No trace of sexual assault or rape.
Good, thank God. Let's restore 2 effort points and then analyze the blood streaks.
Caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated, possibly held by someone or something.
But she was at least standing. Okay. All right, so that is everything on the body. Right now I'm thinking this is self-inflicted, but we shall see. Here's the blood stain that I haven't looked at yet.
Poor girl bled to death.
Yeah, then we get that.
Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Okay. So that's interesting. Where the murder weapon, they're saying that it was female, but massive shoes. So specifically Peru and Washington. And Peru was previously in a fight. Washington left the party early, around midnight.
Vials of laudanum.
But this is what
shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Ooh, that's an interesting thing. What if Washington, like, Elizabeth was supposed to be dead. So Washington seeing Elizabeth could have had kind of intentions to kill her.
A pentagram. What's been going on here?
I mean, we've been through this.
Contrary to what most people believe, a pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top,
protect.
The pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
And let's look at Mother's book.
Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
I mean, she would have been in the pentagram, though, right? We're not going to take the connection there because I think we got that from the previous one. I'm going to try and save effort points. Peru's gun that he arrested me with?
Pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
I mean, don't touch it, but check inside the barrel.
It's well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue.
So it hasn't been shot.
It hasn't been used recently.
But it's Peru's or Napoleon's, I would assume. Peru's the only one that I've seen with a gun.
Traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there.
I mean, you just picked up the gun, dummy. But I believe the blood on the handle is saying that somebody who came... Ooh, okay. So, Peru's gun, he came in and found the body. Stepped in the blood, and then also has blood here.
To the liberators of France.
So, Napoleon or...
Right.
Napoleon or Peru. But I believe it's Peru. These, I believe, are all the same documents that I've already seen. Yup. Yep. There's 3 there. I don't know if I've checked the bathtub.
Written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
All right. Let's translate the text.
It's like a mixture of medieval Latin and Anglo-Norman. It is difficult to make sense of this jerky writing. I can make out some passages, though.
Anything good?
He's coming. The demon is upon me. He's coming back to kill me. There she is.
There she is.
Finish me off. I've just run into her son. That was her last entry. What tortured writing.
Okay, so she was obviously super scared about Sarah. Okay, so, Peru came in after. She was either killed by Sarah, my mother, or it was self-inflicted. That's what I think it is right now. Let's take a look at the clock. The bend.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Well, I was in bed, so they can't really yell at me there. 4 a.m. Hey, hi.
I've finished with this room.
Who made such a mess of this room? I wonder.
Made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
Yeah, I think so.
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Thank you. And before it was the servants.